How you doing today, guys? What is better than a Rick Hinder XM-18? 2. Yes. Well, actually, that's the 24. This is an XM-18. This knife you guys have probably seen if you've been following the channel for a while. My good friend, we took the flipper off of it. He doesn't like the flipper getting in the way and feels it kind of jams your finger up onto the cutting edge a little bit too much. And truthfully, Hinders don't flip the best. Yeah, it's a nice guard if you need it, but there's really no need when they flip so well right off the thumb stud, right, from underneath. Being a little ginger with it, plus I'm around the camera and stuff. But anyways, they fire so nice. You really don't need that flipper tab on there. So we took it off, and we did that a while back, and I believe it had maybe a green scale on top and it had a bronze back. So it come back to me. He purchased a titanium front scale from Rick Hinder. So this is a Hinder titanium scale, and I bead blasted it, but I think it's a super clean look. And I know Hinder are used to do these bead blasted finishes, and I know he might still offer that, but you don't see too many of them. Usually it's stonewashed. I think it's a great industrial look, and the owner's super excited to kind of bang it up and have it take on the wear much like a Sebenza would, and make all the markings, you know, all the little, what people are calling now, snail trails, which I think is an awesome way to describe it. So he's going to make all of his own snail trails on here, showing off the knife a little bit, showing you the texture. I've got 2 blasting cabinets, one with a nice rougher aluminum oxide, and then another one with fine glass beads. So anyways, this was right off the aluminum oxide. Gorgeous. Just a really nice knife. I like this one a lot. Kind of plain, but totally tool-like, industrial. I dig it. I really dig it. Added just a little bit of grip on there. The texture on the titanium blasted. You guys probably know all about Chris Reeves. Rougher blast. Good stuff. A lot like a strong Sebenza look, right? That's kind of what we were going for. Anyways, love this 3.5. I really want to pick up one of those Wharncliffe 3.5s one day. Maybe I'll get lucky at Blade. Who's going to Blade? The wife and I will be there on Saturday. So, hopefully we can meet some of you guys. 3.5. Let's get a look at the XM-24. This is the all titanium scale on here. A little bit of a backstory. My friend had Alex Dietz make him the front scale. It just needed a few adjustments, so I had to bump that back just a little bit. Added in this thumb groove here. Overall, though, I think he did a pretty good job. My thumb is shot. I don't know how I'm going to upload these videos, but if you guys have already seen this, I ground down the thumb disc and kind of burnt my thumb on it. And this knife has a strong detent, so I'm going to flip it once and I'm not just going to keep playing with it. Let's do it twice. It's such a fun knife because the blade is so thick and heavy it kind of kicks your hand back. Once it breaks that detent, wow. That is a monster of a folder. This is factory non-flipper. Again, I didn't do the scale work here. That's Alex Dietz. I don't know if he's still taking orders or not. It wasn't really messed up. It just needed a few adjustments. I put in that little thumb access there. I think he just forgot it was maybe a little oversight. Kills my thumb. That detent is so strong. But it has to be, right? You don't want this heavy blade shaking out of your pocket. So, makes sense, and it fires out like a rocket. So what I also did to it was give it that stone wash. First I blasted it, then I stone washed it. So it's a lot like Hinder's working finish on there. Hopefully you can see some of that stone washing underneath. He wanted it lightly stone washed, so he didn't want it like a full out double nuked. And then he wanted the deep bronze, so that's what we did. What a great knife. XM-24 bronze in that working finish bronze. This is a large knife. Anybody curious? Let's get them up next to each other, and we'll get on to the ending. Have a few videos to make tonight. They are so large I can't even get them in frame here. Let's see, and I don't want to scratch anything. Here and here. Maybe do that one on the bottom and this one up top. Does that give you a size of how big the 24 is? Good gracious, it is a man's knife, that's for sure. Kind of dwarfs the XM-18 in every sense of the proportion. Top, longer both ways. Just a huge blade stock. Let's get them up next to each other. I should have brought down my 3-inch flipper so we can get all three of them in frame here. The thing I like about Hinder, how he scales his knives down, he makes everything make sense. So the the titanium on the XM-24 is a little bit thicker than the XM-18, and again the XM-18 3.5 is a little bit thicker than the 3-inch version. So it's not like he just has a vector-based program on his CAD and shrinks it down and uses the same material. He actually gauges the thickness of the titanium per the size of the knife, and does the same with the blade profiles, the same with the blade stock thicknesses. So I mean, it just makes sense. Obviously that's why they're so popular. I love my 3-inch Hinder for EDC. I'm not so sure I'd want to go prying a car door open with my 3-inch, the smaller one. But you certainly could with this 24. I wouldn't have the heart to, I mean, unless you had to, but this knife, I don't know what it couldn't take, honestly. Feels really nice in your hand. It is a heavy knife, though. Like this, you're going to know you're carrying it. Anyways. This does not have the Hinder logo on it, so kind of desirable. I don't think a lot of people like that 3D logo etched all on the blade. Maybe some do. I don't really. I like sterile knives as much as possible. I think that's classy. But I understand the reasoning for it. I can only imagine, I don't know for a fact, I can only imagine he start putting that 3D logo on there because some of the clones are popping up. And the clones, I haven't seen one that can do this 3D color shifting laser etch on here, if that's what it is. It goes from green to reds to purples. Anyways, it's a classy logo. I just prefer it without. It wouldn't stop me from purchasing an XM-18 though. That doesn't change how the knife uses or anything like that, obviously. S35 VN. Also sharp in both of them. Pretty sharp. Anyways, guys, let's wrap this one up. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good day, or already had a good day. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much, guys. We'll catch you on the next video. See ya.